y'all want to move item 5 down, or you want to go ahead and do it?
Your call, Chairman.
I'm kidding. Number 5, consideration of possible action on approving a resolution supporting the Logan County Sheriff and declaring Logan County, Oklahoma to be a Second Amendment constitutional right protected sanctuary county. Sheriff, what do you got going here, brother? Got anything for us?
I'd like to read my
Please.
my declaration, if you'd like for me to.
I would really like that, thank you.
Okay, let it be known that the Logan County Sheriff hereby declares his intent to oppose any and all infringements on the rights and liberties of law-abiding citizens to keep and bear arms using such legal means as may be expedient, including without limitation court action. And let it be known that the Logan County Sheriff hereby expresses his intent that no public funds will be used in a manner to restrict the Second Amendment rights of the citizens of Logan County or to aid federal, state, or any municipal agencies in the restriction of said rights. And let it be known that undersigned Logan County Sheriff hereby declares Logan County as the Second Amendment sanctuary county on February, I did this on the 12th, 2020. Now therefore let it be known that while the Logan County Sheriff has declared Logan County, Oklahoma a Second Amendment sanctuary county and also engages Logan County Board of Commissioners in respectfully recommending and petitioning their affirmative resolution of unqualified support for this declaration. Signed under constitutional legislative authority as the senior law enforcement officer of Logan County on the 12th day of February.
Thank you. I got a quick, I mean,
Sure.
I have a lot of phone calls on this
Sure,
since
I
I've been
do.
on our agenda. What's this going to do for the people of Logan County?
Well, its main purpose is letting them know that I stand up for their Second Amendment rights, and anything the federal government tries to do is not going to be welcome here, basically. You know, we currently have laws on the books. That's all we need. The laws don't, when the legislature enacts laws restricting ammunition types, magazines, type of weapons, all it's doing is putting restraints on the law-abiding citizens. You know, our criminals out there are using whatever they can get their hands on. They don't care what the laws are. We currently have laws on the books to stop all the criminal activity that's going on, but it's not doing it. So, in my opinion, what this does is it confirms to my citizens in my county that they have the right to bear arms, and I encourage them to do that.
All right, thank you, Damon. That's all I got. Any
This-
discussion?
Mr. Chairman, we do have a resolution prepared for the board. I would like to have that read into the minutes.
Would you like to read it? Or?
I would, if you would like for me to do that, I'd be happy to.
Fantastic.
Okay. So this is the resolution that we propose today. Whereas the Oklahoma Constitution, Article 1, Section 1, states that the Constitution of the United States is the supreme law of the land, and whereas the county sheriff is the supreme law enforcement officer in the county as defined in Oklahoma Statutes Title 19, Section 516, stating the duty of the sheriff, undersheriffs, and deputies to keep and preserve the peace of the respective counties. And whereas the Logan County Sheriff, under authority of the Oklahoma Constitution and statutes, by declaration has established Logan County as a Second Amendment sanctuary county on February 12, 2020. And whereas it is acknowledged that the Constitution of the United States is under attack by judges and elected officials from many different levels of government. And whereas the Second Amendment to the Constitution guarantees individuals have the right to keep and bear arms in a manner that shall not be infringed. And whereas the right to keep and bear arms is necessary for self-defense, the defense of others, including family members, the protection of individual liberty, and for the preservation of our United States Constitution. And whereas Second Amendment rights are God-given rights, and it is the law of nature that every creature can defend their lives from threats. And whereas the Logan County Board of Commissioners desires to express their commitment to protecting the Logan County citizens' Second Amendment rights, and whereas the Logan County Board of Commissioners wish also to express opposition to any law, regulation, or other act that would infringe on the rights reserved by the Second Amendment rights of Logan County citizens. And whereas the Logan County Board of Commissioners expresses its intent to stand as a constitutional rights protected county for Second Amendment rights by opposing any efforts by any entity to restrict these rights by any means available under the U.S. Constitution and the laws of Oklahoma, including withholding of funds, direction of county employees, legal action, and other means as deemed necessary and legal. And whereas Logan County will not authorize, approve, or appropriate the use of any government funds, resources, employees, agencies, contractors, buildings, or offices for the purpose of enforcing or assisting in gun confiscation or other restrictions that infringe on the rights to keep and bear arms by law-abiding citizens, as expressed in the Second Amendment to the United States Constitution. Whereas Logan County will utilize all legal means necessary to protect the Second Amendment rights of Logan County citizens, including but not limited to legal action. And whereas the Logan County Board of Commissioners implores our state and federal courts, the Oklahoma legislature, and the United States Congress to preserve, uphold, and protect the rights of all citizens to keep and bear arms under the United States Constitution, and further employs our state and federal courts, the Oklahoma legislature, the United States Congress to reject any provisions, law, or regulation that may infringe, have the tendency to infringe, or place any additional burdens on the rights of law-abiding citizens to keep and bear arms. And now therefore be it resolved that the Logan County Board of Commissioners joins in unqualified support of the Logan County Sheriff in doing so, declaring Logan County to be a Second Amendment constitutional rights protected sanctuary county, and that Logan County government will continue to respect and defend the God-given Second Amendment rights of our county citizens. Sir, I move to approve the resolution.
All righty.
If I may.
Sure.
There are 3 rights that are given that are inalienable, and one of those is the right to life. That comes along with the right to protect that life in any manner, form that you see fit in order to be able to protect your life. And so I am a huge supporter of the Second Amendment and do believe that this sends a message, if you would, to our legislature where there is a concerted effort to assuage those inalienable rights. And so therefore I would like to second this resolution.
All righty, I got a motion and a second. Any more discussion?
I have an answer.
Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed, the motion carries.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you. Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you, Sheriff.
Sure.
Well done.
I'll get your signature.
Absolutely.
6 will be consideration and possible action on signing certificate of, I lost my, of election and certificate of filing for 2019 for 334.
Well, we have typo, it's 2020.
Motion carries. Number 5, any citizen desiring to be heard?
Yes.
Could I get you to state your name? We're not sure who you are.
Roger Staubach, Dallas County. Don Spencer with the Oklahoma Second Amendment Association. I want to thank Sheriff. I want to thank the Board of County Commissioners for acknowledging that this is a very important situation and that we don't want to find ourselves like the state of Virginia. And this is an excellent step to keep that type of thing from happening. And again, we appreciate you, especially being a Logan County resident for 28 years. This is important and this is a big day. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Don.
Any other citizen desiring to be heard? Hearing none.
Legendary.
Number 6, comments, announcements, questions by the board. Mr. Pearson.
Well, I don't know about Roger. But I do like the message that it sends to the legislature. And, you know, Virginia was a reaction to their legislature. And I feel like what we are doing is a reaction to the legislature as well, our legislature, in that we totally endorse what they have done. There's a lot of flack about you know, people need to be educated on how to use those firearms. But I think that any responsible adult will do that. And I think the irresponsible ones will probably go to jail or somebody will shoot them. But regardless, I do think that this protection of life is an inherent, inalienable right, and I definitely support that. I also wanted to say one more thing about that. Don Spencer is one of my constituents, and I am proud that
Sorry,
he
Don.
started this in Oklahoma, in Logan County, and that we are stepping up to plate to support your efforts.